Harry, welcome to Truro City, signing ahead of the 25-26 National League season. Excited about this new challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. From having a chat with Yetzi, the assistant, and also the manager as well. I think it's a great time to come to Truro. I think it's a great place for me to continue playing my football. And I felt it was a project that I really wanted to get involved in. I'm really glad to be here.
You had a taste of this division with Yeovil Town at the back end of last season. So you've got some experience of National League football, and because of your time at Exeter as well, that helped the rest of the group next season?
I hope so. I know a couple of the boys that are here. Obviously, I've played with one or two of them before, played against them as well. So I'm hoping that should make it easy for me to sort of gel and bed into the group. And like I say, I'm still quite young in terms of my footballing journey, but I'm hoping that the strides and what I've done in my career to date, I'm hoping I can possibly pass a little bit of that knowledge across if the players need it. And
continue your journey to put those injuries behind you as well. You don't perhaps need to prove anything to anyone outside of this football club, but perhaps prove something to yourself, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know the level I can play at, and I back my ability and what I'm about. And like you sort of iterated on there, it was a difficult season for me last season in terms of injuries. And I feel that this is a club where I can come to, I can grow, I can develop my game and hopefully get plenty of football, so that in 2 years' time, I'm a better player than when I am sat here right now.
What did you think, looking out from the outside in at that remarkable title race last season?
Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't think I've seen anything quite like that before. Always keeping an eye on it. Obviously, like I say, I know a couple of boys here. I know I'm close with a couple of the lads that are at Torquay as well. So I saw it going down to the wire. But I've got to say, it's for a club like Truro in terms of getting their new ground sorted. And obviously, when I spoke to Yetzi, he was like, people had us as relegation candidates, and then they've gone and won the league. So that's absolutely full credit. And I think for a county like Cornwall, I think it's amazing that they've got a club that's now up at that level and hopefully can compete at that level, keep striving, and hopefully can look on from there.
Was one of the key factors in you signing that this does seem like it's a progressive club as well? It's made enormous strides in the last 6, 12, 18 months.
Yeah, like I say, when I spoke to the manager and other people around the club, I felt like this is a club that's on a trajectory of going upwards. I think if you were to look, I played at Truro's old stadium for a couple of times with previous clubs. And if I look at where we are now, it's a huge improvement and a huge stride in terms of where the club is and the infrastructure it's building. And I feel like the club's only going to keep sort of getting better and growing from here.
For those fans that haven't perhaps followed your career, which a number of games at Exeter and then, as you say, last season at Yeovil Town, what can they expect from Harry Kite in a Truro City shirt next season? Yeah,
I like to think I'm a ball player midfielder. I like to think I try and play forwards and create things as much as I can. Very sort of high tempo and high energetic, and hopefully win the ball back and start counter attacks and create different opportunities for my teammates, as well as hopefully being able to chip in with a couple of goals myself.
At Exeter, it was a fan-orientated club, isn't it? And St James's Park, a small compact ground that they made a fortress, difficult for opposition teams to play there, especially with the noise created by the big bank. Similar here as well, in that this was a bit of a fortress for Truro last year. Do you think that will be key for next season to kind of like emulate almost that Exeter City model and making their home ground difficult for opposition to play at? Yeah,
I think that's a really important part that will hopefully be successful in terms of the season going forward. I think it's always important whether you're wherever you are in the league, that you have a really good home form, and obviously you can hopefully take that into away games as well. And I think with Truro obviously being in such a southern location as we know it, I think if we were to make this a really difficult place to come and make it a fortress, I think the club could pick up majority of their points at home, and then if you can pick up points away as well, you leave yourself in a really good position.